Stephanie is doing her icebreaker speech today for the Persuasive Influence pathway. She is very open to constructive criticism and helpful tips and is excited to improve her speaking abilities. Toastmasters has already been an empowering experience for her, and she is grateful and excited to be sharing all of this with us today. So thank you very much, Stephanie. We are excited to hear your speech, and welcome.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that great introduction. And thank you to all my fellow Toastmasters for being here today. I feel so grateful to have such a supportive audience to share my story with. So, who am I? This is always such a deep and daunting question. I'll lay out the basic path my life has traveled, and you can get to know me through the words I use to tell the story. I'm like you. My labels and historical facts are fully underrepresentative of who I actually am. The bullet points are so much more significant than I can express in words, whole stories within themselves, and they are simultaneously only tiny slivers of a much larger universe. The total is not equal to the sum of its parts. As Rumi said, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a single drop. I am the miracle baby of two amazingly supportive parents. I'm the lonely only that they spent 10 years praying for. Talk about pressure. I was raised to work hard and believe in myself, and I really was their perfect miracle child until I became a teenager. Like most teenagers, I attempted to reject all I had been raised on while also somehow living up to their expectations. So I worked really hard to not believe in myself. Luckily, the depression, anorexia, and self-harm behaviors were mostly tied to the disaster that is our public education system. Once I dropped out of high school, I took the reins of my life and ran as hard as I could. I got accepted into the University of Connecticut at the same time as my graduating peers, and I finished a 4-year degree in 3 years. Academics had never been the problem. It was all about the social environment. I've never wanted to just chug along for the sake of activity. I've always been much more interested in accomplishment. That's all jumping ahead a little bit though. I ran right past the most significant event of my life, the tiny moment that changes everything. At 12 years old, I was looking for a new activity. Dance had gotten boring and stick and ball sports are not my thing, trust me. One day at my grandma's house, my little cousin showed us his karate in the driveway, and I thought, why not? Most great adventures start with a why not. From the first time walking into the local martial arts school and being called Smiley by the instructor, I knew I was in the right place. All through high school, when the walls were closing in, the dojo was the place I could blossom and feel like I was someone who mattered. So I simply never left. 4 to 6 minutes is woefully inadequate to tell anyone's life story. So I'm going to fast forward through the leadership and instructor training that transformed my life. We'll zip past moving the dojo, expanding the dojo, opening a satellite location, and creating a side business that provided enrichment programs to other martial arts schools around the world. My instructor became my mentor, then my friend, and finally my partner, mostly out of necessity because I was constantly sticking my nose into everything going on with the business. I became the integrator to the visionary. He comes up with the amazing ideas and creative solutions that drive our businesses forward, and I'm the one that pulls it down out of the clouds and makes it actually work in the real world. The martial arts is our roots, but it is far from the end of the story. As we grew and developed teaching systems and leadership programs and employee training systems, the martial arts started to become confining. We love it as a vehicle for teaching so many powerful life lessons, but not everyone wants to punch and kick. So we birthed a new business, Quester's Way. Imagine a business that sole purpose is to create a village of positive, like-minded, empowered human beings. Picture a school built to encourage curiosity and a lifelong love of learning. Mix the magic of Disney World with a sense of community felt in a small town fair. That is Quester's Way. We built a 16,000 square foot prototype center and ran it for 4 years. And now we're working with mall developers like Simon, Brookfield, and Pyramid to bring it to communities around the country. Now, I'm not trying to sell you on my business. My goal is to inspire you to explore what becomes possible when you choose to build your life on your own terms. As a teenager, I felt lost, disconnected, and disempowered. Now, I've helped build a community where we teach people to move, think, connect, fuel, and empower so they can be their best selves, live their best lives, and do their best work. We created the village that so many children and families are seeking, whether they know it or not. What I was seeking in my own life. It's a village of meaningful human connection, empowered learning, and joyful simplicity in the present moment. A lot of my story is the work that I do, and that's because the work is who I am. I'm a better mother, daughter, partner, friend, and human being because of my experiences as a martial artist, an integrator COO, and an entrepreneur. The work we have chosen is to build villages we can raise our families in, to empower communities, and to make a real difference in the lives of children and families. My work is my passion, my mission, and my family, and I believe everyone deserves that level of integration and purpose in their life. Define your passions, follow your bliss, not just the escapes that feel good to you. Fight for the path that allows you to feel like you are contributing to the betterment of humanity. And every day, leave each person you see feeling a little better and a little brighter for having met you. Thank you all for your time and attention. I'm grateful and excited to be here. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Stephanie. That was so much fun. And I can definitely see why you're called Smiley, because you're like me, where you're just, you get that way. I love it. Thank you so much.